but they have markers on the ground there to show like this is where their first flight was. They took off and landed here. The first flight was like 14 feet. I don't know that you were really counted as a flight.
It's kind of a long jump, yeah.
Yeah, when you see where the markers are, you're like, wait, this is it? This is the flight? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Whipped Cream Salmon. I am your noodle boy, Ronnie Sanchez, joined with me with my co-noodle boy, Brian Bastanza.
I'm here.
And we are talking about Afrin.
Afrin. That's what today's episode is about. Big thanks to our sponsor, Afrin.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, get yourself some and cop a buzz, I suppose.
No, I was just talking.
I'm not sure what it is. I'll be honest.
Brian's never used Afrin. I was just about to tell him why it is so addictive, because you've never been able to breathe so clearly. And if you're sick and you have a stuffy nose, it clears your nose immediately and you can suddenly breathe. But as soon as that shit wears off and your nose closes back up, you're fiending for another hit of Afrin. Even when you're not sick. I think it maybe prolongs your sickness because you're blasting spray into your nose. So I think you are actually further clogging your nose potentially. But you can breathe.
It feels good.
But you can breathe.
Feels good. I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there before. I've wanted to feel good before.
Yeah.
I've succeeded even at times.
That's good. Still working on it, but I'll get there.
Feeling it right now. Feeling it right now here with you.
Enough Afrin, and I got me a Sapporo.
Sapporo. Thanks for saying it like that, because I wouldn't have understood you if you.
That's why I did it.
Said it regular.
That's why I did it, just for you.
I got a tropical pineapple, homegrown hard cider.
Homegrown pineapples in North Carolina?
That's what it says.
I don't believe it.
Where are you from? Flat Rock, North Carolina.
I don't think the pineapples are from Flat Rock.
I'm more of a Round Rock kind of guy, but...
Are you?
Sometimes a Smoke Rock kind of guy. Ooh! Ooh. That splashed my mic a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a tasty beverage.
This is a tasty beverage.
Is it?
Congratulations to us.
All right.
Let's go.
Cider season.
Which is the cider season?
Well, I mean, it's summer.
I felt like that's more of a fall
it's
vibe.
Not summer, actually. It's getting there. North Carolina just skips right over spring. They're just and it's summer.
Cold, 2 weeks of spring tops.
And summer.
Remember Tahoe? It was there was almost no summer. It was all spring.
Yeah, it was winter and spring.
Yeah. And fall. There's a fall.
Yeah.
Short fall, short spring, long spring. No summer.
Late winter in Tahoe. Well, I guess it's really early spring. But that period, the mountain is closed and the snow is all just gray and dirty.
Oh, you're making me upset, Ronnie.
And it's just, there's no leaves on the trees yet.
Oh.
Ugh.
I'm in a sour mood now.
It's just sad. But the good part is we were usually off of work during those times, so.
Let's go.
We just go outside, build some gray snowmen, roll around in the mud.
Collect some fun enjoyment. Love that.
Yeah, you made the best of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you miss those seasonal work seasons?
Ooh, just hit the shoulder a little bit. Just get a little recharge.
The best was
go out on a boat.
Yeah. I mean, working at the mountain on a couple winters, like we would be so goddamn busy for, the entire winter, and maybe even got some like late snow in the season. So, the mountain was just packed. And then the next day they close that mountain and it's a ghost town.
People aren't interested.
There ain't nobody in the village. Nobody.
Yeah. They're selfish, really, these people that come to the mountain.
Well, they definitely
only
are.
When they're shredding.
They definitely
but
are.
They can't show any appreciation when it's just good vibes,
Yeah, but also good riddance,
Yeah, get the F out.
And then
We're on the same page.
And then the locals come out to play.
Mm-hmm. Do some hood rat shit.
Like the groundhog coming up.
That's when Pete and Peters, that's when it really starts to crack off.
Yeah, when it's just all the true degens. They're off work.
Mm-hmm.
Come out to play.
Yeah, they were in hiding. They were a little hermits during the winter, working so hard. Y'all work so hard.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go get hammered drunk.
Yeah.
And puke on the pool table. The pool table.
Fit in Flatlanders with, ski boots and renting, I don't know, condos. I don't know what other jobs people do. I never saw anything outside of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So.
I saw the lake once.
Well, yeah, once or twice.
Yeah. What you been cooking this week? Yeah.
Dude, today was actually, this week at work is just, I feel like I'm saying it every week. It's just been a bear, but, I was gone for 2 weeks. The guy that I work with, he didn't have hardly any catering at all the entire time I was gone.
Zero catering. One cheese plate, maybe.
Dude, not even a cheese plate. I kept checking, like, every once in a while I'd, check in, see what was on the schedule, like see if any kind of new caterings came through.
Real company man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a company man.
Yeah.
Want to make sure everyone's doing all right. And they didn't have nothing. A couple sandwiches here and there.
They did it on purpose.
This week he's on vacation. I have over 500 catering orders this week. What the fuck?
500?
500.
Oh, man.
I've got cheese boards and fruit platters and charcuterie boards and Mediterranean buffets and salad bars.
Cucumber sandwiches and stuff?
All kinds of shit, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Little mini sandwiches with no crust? You do those?
What did I do? Anyway.
You need help? You want me to come down and slice some cucumbers?
I would love for you to come tomorrow.
For some little finger sandwiches?
I have to build like 75 sandwiches in the morning.
Oh, what kind of sandwiches?
All kinds.
Okay. Like ham and cheese, turkey cheese, tuna fish?
Turkey Havarti. We got like an Italian. And then they've got requests for vegan. And then, you get these.
Vegan tuna fish?
Yeah, vegan tuna. Dairy-free caprese sandwiches.
Vegan bologna. Hold on, we have a guest.
Gluten-free rice sandwich. So today, everything had to be out by 11 o'clock. So it was pretty balls to the wall until then. Got everything out. And then, of course, one of our food reps came by and wanted to, sit down and chit-chat as they do. So they're all just schmoozing, trying to get me to buy shit, which I did. But then once I got a break from that, I get back inside and my cooks are like, Ronnie, it's your turn to do family meal. Like, what the fuck?
And you took that opportunity to run with it and give them the best family meal that they've ever seen.
You're damn right I did.
All right, let's hear about it.
Yeah, we had some filet mignon scraps from a dinner party that we did like 4 or 5 months ago now. It was a while. It's been taking up room in the freezer. It's been vacuum sealed, but it's been just like lost in the freezer for a long time. So I was like, all right, what can I do? Dug around in the freezer, found that in there. Beautiful. So sliced it up, marinated it, cooked up some rice. I made some Mongolian beef.
Let's go.
It was great.
How do you make that dish? I'm not super familiar.
Yeah. So, I mean, to be perfectly, honest here, it's, a bastardized, Americanized Chinese
family meal-ish version of.
No. Well, I made like the real deal, but the real deal is like PF Chang's. It's American Chinese food.
Gotcha.
It's still delicious.
Yeah.
But you just take your beef, slice it, however you like, and then just marinate it. A little Shaoxing wine, some soy, some cornstarch, some white pepper. That's kind of it. And then in your sauce, it's just brown sugar, soy, dark soy. If you don't know, dark soy is really just a food coloring, basically. It does have flavor, but that's how Chinese restaurants get that really awesome, super dark glaze. If you ever tried to make Chinese food at home and you're like, why does mine not look good? It's probably, well, A, you're probably not a very good cook. B, you don't have dark soy. So it's a combination of those two factors.
Yeah.
No, sure, you guys are all great cooks. You listen to the podcast. You have got 45 episodes of tips.
Badass little sous chefs out there. Well,
yeah.
WCS clan.
Yeah. So anyway, you marinated
clam salmon.
You got your sauce. What, clam sandwich? What?
Whipped clam, clan, salmon. Sorry.
We're going to workshop that.
Yeah.
The sauce is just brown sugar, soy, dark soy, water. That's it. And so you're going to first shallow fry your beef, pull the beef out, drain off the oil, then go back into the pan with garlic, large chunked scallions, good 2-inch chunks of it, 2.5-inch chunks, and some hot dried peppers. We had some chili de árbol that I used, but the skinny red ones that you see in Chinese food dishes. Saute that for a minute, then add your beef back, throw in the sauce that you made, and then a quick cornstarch slurry, and it's done. Call it a day.
Whammy.
I mean, it's whammy.
Wham.
Super, super easy dish to make. Really quick. It can be kind of cumbersome just because you have to pan fry the beef, shallow fry, but in a restaurant setting, it's super easy to do.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And everyone,
you can do it at home too, but.
And everyone just super appreciated it. And then, and it was the best work that you ever saw out of them after that. Well,
I'm giving them a little too much credit there, but.
And they never complained ever again. And Ronnie's Kitchen was happily ever after.
No, I do have a really good crew right now that I am super appreciative of. Yeah. If I could just get them to all show up to work all the time, on time, then I'd be a very happy boy. But,
one of the greater challenges.
Yeah, that's a hard thing with cooks. And I'm sure you've worked with several of them. They're such good cooks, but then can also be just the most unreliable
human beings. Yeah.
It's dude, we text all the time. You're great when you're here. And then you'll just no call, no show. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's just the restaurant industry.
Yeah. Why is it?
I don't know. Because they know that
you got another job real quick.
We need us. We need, what's that? That they can get a new job?
Real quick.
Yeah. No, they know that we need them more than they need us.
Wow, that's a great concession that you just made.
Well, it's true. I mean,
yeah,
there's being a cook. If you're a good cook in America, I mean, you or I could go out and find a new job. If I left right now it's 7:51. I could leave my house right now, go into downtown Raleigh, and I could find a new job before 9:00.
Yep.
100%. I could probably get on the line tonight.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's just the reality of the industry.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. Is the major problem that like restaurants aren't making enough money?
Could be. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, restaurants work on really small margins. I think it's also like can be like pretty thankless work, you know? Can be under the wrong kind of leadership and just the wrong restaurant. I mean, people expect the world out of cooks, and the reality is that they just don't make enough money for the kind of work that they expect out of them a lot of times. More often than not, I should say.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I want people to be paid reasonably, which is, and my reasonably is probably more than a lot of restaurateurs' definition of reasonably paid. Because it seems like most restaurateurs' definition of reasonably paid is whatever the minimum wage is in that state.
Yeah.
Or slightly above.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see like job listings all the time on Indeed or whatever. It's like hiring, an executive chef, $55,000.
What are you talking about? I know.
Go fuck yourself.
$100K
to run your restaurant?
Baseline. $100K. You're going to ask them to work 60 hours?
Exactly.
80 hours to make 55? Like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah. To be on your feet for 60 hours
You're
a
cheap.
week.
Or you have a bad business. Yeah, or you have a business that can't operate. If you can't support the staff that works there, then you don't have a good enough business to hire those people.
Yep.
Which is okay. But let's figure that out.
Yeah.
Let's make more sales,
Yeah. Save your money elsewhere.
A little bit.
Yeah. Don't start with my pockets, that's for sure.
All right. Cut corners on the light fixtures, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what people...
Dial back your food costs. Dial back your plateware.
Yeah. Stop breaking so much stuff.
Yeah. Stop breaking shit.
Slippery fingers. Butterfingers. Some people say butterfingers.
Yeah. There's just a lot of waste in restaurants. And I think that there's a lot of positions in restaurants that maybe we could do without.
Ooh. Hot take Ronnie on the house, and welcome to our new segment called Hot Take Ronnie. It's where Ronnie lets out all his hot takes. What positions in restaurants do you think could be completely eliminated, Ronnie?
Not
to put you on the spot.
I think it better not.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
I cooked some Thai curry tonight.
Very nice.
It was good. I mean, but I dropped the ball. I didn't have a sauce at all. I thought I did. I thought I had coconut milk in the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
And I started all my things, not mise en placing properly. I had some chicken, some tenders. Not tenders like the breaded thing, like
right.
Tenders of the breast.
Sure.
Yeah. And I cooked those kind of halfway, and then I had some vegetables in the pan, and I was like, go to grab that coconut milk, but it wasn't there. So, but I did find some Thai curry that was in a jar, so I used that.
In your cupboard?
Yeah, I did. It was tucked away, unopened.
That's convenient.
We're going to put that on the 6 to 8 month mark that it's like around the corner, you know?
Sure.
Like the pantry goes like the door is here and then it's the corner cabinet. So there's a big section that's no man's land back there. And this sweet little bottle of Thai curry sauce was just tucked back there. So
what are the chances of that?
Needed it and found it.
The thing you were trying to make
made it
that you didn't have ingredients for
made itself.
Instead, you just had the actual sauce in a jar.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way that could have ended.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, other than if I just had the ingredients that I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting like, well, I didn't have it, so I had coffee creamer. Rolled with that.
I had little tiny tablespoon coffee individual creamers, and I just started dumping those out into there.
Yeah, powdered coffee, mate. So I mix that with some water.
Mix that with some chicken stock, and went to town. No, but that was pretty good. We got Mother's Day coming up this weekend.
Mother's Day. Yeah.
We're supposed to do a Mother's Day brunch for my mother. We may I don't know. We may have to rethink it. So yeah, we were supposed to fly up to New York, New Jersey on Friday. But now apparently it's unsafe to fly to Newark. National news story. Look it up. So now we're driving to New York, New Jersey area on Friday. So that's kind of fun. We were supposed to do like a Mother's Day brunch on Sunday.
Right.
But and then get to the airport. But now we may have to leave really early that day, potentially.
Was JFK not an option?
JFK is not an option. We were flying Spirit, and they don't fly there. LaGuardia was an option for another $350 on top of our fare.
That's bullshit.
And like way further away from where we need to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We'll just take the credit. We get the credit of the flight, and then, you know, Ronnie and I can fly to San Diego in August or whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah. Ronnie just threw his muscles up. He just threw his muscles up.
The flights actually from Raleigh to San Diego were under $300.
Let's go. You could fly there twice for $500.
I think we need to book it like today.
Okay. Is it going to be unsafe?
No.
I'm all about safety, you know, first, last, and always. It's one thing about me, Ronnie.
Actually, you know, when you fly into the San Diego airport, because the way that the planes have to enter into the airport, they kind of really like drop straight into the city, and there's like noise ordinances, and because I think of like the trajectory in which the planes come through, I think it's extremely loud for the homes and the buildings that are nearby. So the planes actually cut their engines as they're entering the San Diego airport, and then they fire them back up, I think, just as they're about to land.
Sounds dangerous. They just turn the engine off?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they kill the engines.
They can do that?
Isn't that wild?
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crazy factoid. Thanks for that. Yeah. I guess they're just gliders at that point.
Sure.
Then they need to boost a little booster right at the end.
Yep. Fire them back up.
Shut
them off. Fire them up.
Mm-hmm. Planes. They're interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine being around when the first person was like, I'm going to take a commercial. They're like the first commercial flight.
Yeah.
I'd be like, It'd take me a while, I think.
Have you been to Kitty Hawk in the Outer Banks?
No.
That's where the Wright brothers flew the plane for the first time.
Nice.
Go there. It's cool. But they have markers on the ground there show like this is where their first flight was. They took off and landed here. The first flight was like 14 feet. I don't know that you were really counted as a flight.
It's kind of a long jump. Yeah.
Yeah. When you see where the markers are, you're like, wait, this is it? This is the flight? It's really short. They also, I think they had, and I could be wrong about this, they had some kind of like a pulley where the plane was on a track. And so the plane really only had a very short distance that it could be long. So it wasn't like today's runway. It was like a 20-foot runway, and then it flew for like 7 feet and then landed. And then they also have markers of like they're like second and third attempts, and they are quite a bit longer, a couple 100 feet.
That's pretty good.
But when you see the first marker, you're like, I don't know, maybe you don't talk about that one.
Yeah, we don't even have to count that one.
Yeah, you'd be like, the first one was 400 feet. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
you say
sure.
It's 14 feet. I'm not really. I mean,
I'd like to watch a documentary on that, though. I think it'd be a pretty fun
quite
time.
the accomplishment. I don't want to discredit what they did. I mean, it changed the world in a real way. Yeah,
we benefit significantly from that.
Absolutely. And you don't always have to share every detail of the beginnings of.
Right.
Yeah. Keep that one to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, fire that bitch up in 400 feet. But damn, that's really impressive. Years of failure led up to that.
Could you imagine if there was no planes? It'd be sad.
It'd be really hard to get to Asia.
I mean, it'd be cool probably in some ways, but yeah, getting to Asia would be tough.
Yeah.
You think we would still make it?
No. If we had to take a boat, that would be a long fucking boat ride.
Yeah. I guess speedboat?
Yeah.
If I'm going to go, I'd want to go fast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, even a speedboat, you're talking a couple of weeks. You're not getting there anytime soon.
Yeah. Bring back smoking on the plane, but other than that, I mean, we're good.
Bring back smoking on the
plane. That's what Ronnie always says.
Yeah, bring back when you had roll down windows on the plane.
Yeah. It's too stuffy in there. It's hot in here. Let's crack one, Cap.
Couldn't agree more. I don't know. Tell us more about the trip you're taking. You got any stops along the way?
Ooh, good question. Probably not. I mean, there'd be some stops.
Shot.
Gas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to get gas. We'll have to potty break, probably. Yeah. Bringing the dog. That's exciting.
That's great.
The dog was not part of the travel plans for the airplane, but
she is now
very involved with the road trip plans. So that's kind of fun.
How's she do in the car?
Oh, she loves it. It's her favorite place.
Good.
Just sits there in the back seat. We got her bed all set up back there, just lounging, It's a little hot back there.
Yeah.
We get the AC pumping, she has a good time.
You should, I don't know if it's quite on your path. Could very well be. Last time that Rochelle and I drove up, that way we did a road trip to Maine and back, but we stopped in New Haven. We got some good pizza.
Yeah. That's past where I'm going, but yeah.
Don't go there. That's too far.
Don't go where I'm going. Go to New Haven.
Yeah, don't go to New Haven then. It's too far for you.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sure you can find some other good pizza.
Did you know that I was born in New Haven Hospital?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, learn something new every day. We used to get good Connecticut pizza all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when we were at the hospital?
Real vivid memory of this pizza, but we used to go to this place. My mom has a better picture of it than I do, because I was, 3 and 4 and 5 years old. She'd go to this place. They didn't do deliveries. I think they had limited pizzas for the night, and we'd always get this white clam pizza that she was fired up about.
Yeah,
I was fired up about it too. A little garlicky, white pizza.
That's a Connecticut thing for sure.
The white pizza, the clam pizza,
clam pizza.
Yeah, They love the ocean in Connecticut.
Yeah, actually, I worked at a restaurant for a little while. We did pizzas there, and the chef, he was from Connecticut. Don't know which part, but yeah, he put clam pizza on the menu for a time. I don't think it did very well. I mean, outside of that area, I think that people just probably don't really understand it. It's such a foreign topping on a pizza.
Yeah,
for most people.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to have an adult taste at some of those really like famous New Haven pizzerias for sure. I get sucked into the Dave Portnoy. I love them sometimes. I'll watch dozens of them in a row, and that pizza looks fire. It's different.
It's very good. Very good.
It's different. Tomato slice? You call it a tomato slice? Tomato-y?
Well, I didn't have the one where it was just tomato. I think we went with a standard cheese pizza, maybe.
Yeah. It's a good move.
Yeah. Kind of my go-to is pepperoni. We maybe had pepperoni on it, but if I'm not going pepperoni, well, I don't know. Pepperoni, sausage and mushroom, or cheese is kind of where I'm at. I do like a good margarita pizza.
Nice. I like a good, I actually like pepperoni and mushroom quite a lot.
Yeah, we do that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any kind of mixture of those. Sometimes we do like a half sausage, half pepperoni with mushroom across everything.
Ooh.
It's a good move.
That's quality.
Man.
Tell me. You got a good pizza story? Let's hear it.
Yeah, years ago, this was a different spot. I worked at this really shitty pizza spot, and we had all kinds of terrible pizza options on there. There was like a Mexican pizza that had like refried beans as the sauce on it, and then there was also this like shrimp pizza that was just like terrible frozen like pre-cooked shrimp that we got in, like the little ones, that are like really light pink. And we put down a pesto sauce. And there was this couple that would come in probably twice a week. And they would always order half Mexican, half pesto shrimp. And it was just like, I wanted to vomit every time I had to build that pizza, because it was like the center line down the middle where the pesto and the refried beans cross.
It's the best bite, probably. That's what they were thinking, at least.
Dude, for one, when that thing came out of the oven, it fucking stunk. It was so gross, dude, And the Mexican pizza had some kind of shitty, blended Mexican cheese on it, like an orange and Monterey Jack, whatever.
Right.
And then there was the pesto one, which...
With cheese?
Yeah, it had cheese. I don't remember, probably just Mott's.
Yeah.
Not a good pizza. Not a good pizza place. They're now out of business.
We don't like to shame out of business people, but we'll make an exception this time because that sounds gross.
Yeah, it was gross. It was, I think I've talked about it a little bit on this pod, but that place, the owners lived in South Africa. And they just had a lot of money, and they would vacation in San Diego often. They had like another house in San Diego. They opened a couple restaurants, and it was just, they would like let it be known to us that this isn't really how they make their money. This is just a fun side project they had.
Oh, that's super cool of them.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's cool because this is my job.
This is kind of my main thing, so...
It's kind of all I got going right now, working for you. So I'm glad you're not really that into it. Like, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like,
glad I'm working on your side hustle. Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. And then they would just tune in to their live caption camera feed, and yell at you. Like, we got too many people on the clock.
Ronnie's picking his nose again. Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, and because they never actually like met really any of us, they would like show up every once in a while. You would see them, and then they'd be gone for a few months. But they only like knew any of us from like our legal names, based on what they signed on our paychecks, you know.
Mhm.
They like didn't know any of us personally,
Right.
so
They call you Ronald?
so they'd call and be like, tell Ronald he needs to clock out because we have too many people on the clock right now. No,
Okay, boss.
no, I'm not
No,
gonna.
I'm not gonna. I'm staying on the clock.
No, yeah, the place sucked.
Yeah. Some places suck.
Yeah,
What percentage of
it actually was fun.
places do you think suck?
Way too many.
Like 80? No, not that much.
Maybe
Let's
not
give them a little
80.
more credit than that. 50?
The thing is, too many people own restaurants that shouldn't own restaurants. I think that's really
they're not interested. Yeah.
That's the problem with the restaurant industry as a whole. There's too many people that think that they're going to go into the restaurant industry and become rich. You're not.
Yeah, there's so many other better things to do to get rich. I think.
If you want to have a good restaurant, you need to go into with the mindset you're going to be poor and happy.
Poor and happy.
That's all I want. I want to make just enough money to be happy and enjoy the restaurant I work at.
Yeah. And yeah, pick out all the stuff and change the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just do it the way I want to do it.
Yeah. One day.
Just want to be poor and happy.
Just poor and happy.
Sick of just being poor, you know?
Yeah. Happiness is a tough one because it's a fleeting emotion, is it not?
Mm-hmm. Too many owners that don't know what they're doing, that want to meddle with the inner workings of the restaurant instead of just hiring people that know what they're doing and listening to them.
Or just, I mean, I think if you're going to step into that world, well, maybe it's time to learn a couple things about it, you know? I think anyone that is going to...
That's very true.
Going to run anything should know the core principles of that, that thing, of that business, you know? Because you're right. Plenty go into it without a lick of experience in that and have expectations from what they've seen sitting at tables, but haven't ever put in the work to do it. And then, you know, those are the same people that are complaining about how many people are on the schedule.
They have these ideas of what they want from their restaurant and these ideals that they've seen, you know, in other successful restaurants, maybe. Like, well, this is how this place does it. That's what I want. So there's no like creativity in wanting to like create your own unique thing. They just want to mimic other restaurants that they like, which isn't inherently terrible in itself if it's executed properly. But the problem is they don't understand what it means to actually execute those things and how much work and labor it takes to make those things great.
Yeah.
So
an even harder point is to like make the employees or empower the employees to want to do good work there.
Yep. That's true.
And not fucking cutting corners so much that you drive good people away. I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Right? You're unwilling to invest in certain areas, so you lose people because you're trying to you have a short-term financial expectation but like you don't realize the cost that you're going to pay by losing good people.
Yeah.
Because that is expensive.
Yeah, and your employees want to feel wanted. They want to feel like they're part of a team. They want to feel like they're part of something, you know, more, and that they're having an impact and that they are being valued outside of just the work that they are performing for you.
Well said, Ronnie San.
Well, that is a deep bow.
It was a deep bow. Did you see me even?
Brian disappeared from the screen. Yeah,
I did, right?
I couldn't go farther than where I went. Did my best. Did my best.
It was a ship bow? I didn't even see it.
No, I mean, I just, I did. I bowed to the best of my ability.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Been on my feet a lot today,
Yeah. You gotta relax those dogs.
Yeah, my dogs have been barking.
Ruff. Ruff, ruff. I want to talk about the idiot sandwich.
What are you? Idiot.
You stupid idiot!
I'm an idiot sandwich.
You're an idiot! Of all the idiots, you stand alone.
Idiot sandwich. Do you have one?
I do. It's not like a classic idiot sandwich, but it's kind of funny and a little gross. I don't even know if I'll just read it and you'll react to it. How about that? We'll try that out. So the prompt for this thread I was reading was people who worked in restaurants. What was the worst customer that you ever had to deal with? And this reply caught my attention. Check this one out. Barista here had a guy that regularly came in and ordered a complicated drink. He always finished the order by asking for a finger swirl in the drink. If you gave him a confused look, he would say, "Well, how else am I going to taste you?" He was the worst.
That is disgusting.
It's filthy. He's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
And a jackass.
And a creep.
Yeah. This might be like the asshole sandwich.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah. Straight butt sandwich. Maybe this guy gets.
What
I don't
a
even,
schmuck.
yeah, I don't think he deserves an idiot sandwich.
What a
But,
schmuck.
you will get your award in the mail shortly, sir.
Yeah.
Filthy. A finger swirl?
Ugh.
By the teenage barista at Starbucks?
Nasty.
Nasty.
Be sure to finger swirl the mayonnaise on his sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
On that, on his idiot sandwich.
I'm gonna finger swirl his award for sure.
I've got one. It's kind of close to home, so not gonna name any names. I'm just gonna talk in generalities. If
Okay.
if your job is to go and pick things up and distribute them to other places, and you get there and you're confused for whatever reason, the best answer is never to not do anything instead of completing the task.
Okay.
By omitting yourself and being like, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being a little too vague.
It's pretty vague.
And so this individual was,
Maybe we can use an analogy to kind of round out this idiot sandwich or something.
well, I'm just going to get to it. So this individual was,
Okay.
yeah, can you put in a bunch of bleeps?
Yeah.
All right, I can start this from the top, and then you'll just edit in a ton of bleeps, okay?
Okay.
Because that'll be more fun.
Okay.
Okay. So, you gotta put in the bleeps. So Jeff was sent to pick up pastries
Okay.
from our location where they're made and distributed them to the other locations. There were 2 boxes, identical in every way, same amount of product in each one, dated and labeled, left out on the counter where he normally picks things up from. Didn't know what to do with these, couldn't figure it out on its own. So called us up 5:30 in the morning.
Sleepy
And
time again.
sleepy
Let
time.
me reiterate. Yeah.
Not answering.
Yeah.
Didn't get a response from anyone. So instead of making an executive decision and just distributing them to the best of his ability, decided to do nothing at all. And so nobody had any pastries,
Oh, that's smart.
which is not the answer.
Oh, I was with him for a second. I thought I was waiting when you were going to get to the idiot because it sounded like it was going really well.
Yeah. So if your job is to do something and you decide to just do nothing at all, not a good look. Idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich. Boom.
Boom. Toasted.
Yeah. USPS. It'll be there in 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
An idiot sandwich.
Gotta account for Mother's Day. You got the weekend coming up. So maybe
it's Monday an
or
off day,
Monday
potentially.
Tuesday, probably maybe Tuesday.
Probably you get it by Monday of next week. 2 weeks from now.
That's a long shift.
It's like 10 days.
All right.
It's not that many business days.
Time for the whipped cream sandwich. Go overcooked, don't cook good.
Woo!
How do you do it? Let me hit you with some knowledge. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
I don't have a tip ready.
I got some fun ones.
Okay.
I have a theme as well.
Okay.
Maybe you can jump on my theme.
Okay.
Should I just start them and then have you guess the theme?
Okay.
It's not very hard. You should be able to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm going to give you four things that are in my theme bucket. Okay.
Okay.
Know which burner on your stove is the hottest. Know which one's the least hot. That's one.
Okay.
Flat top or grill. Know where your hot spots are.
Yep.
That's number 2. Number 3 is calibrate your thermometer. Your meat thermometer, that is.
It's a good one.
And number 4 is take your oven's temperature every once in a while.
Yeah. Make sure it's not running a fever.
What is the theme? Yeah.
That's all I have for that. Those are good tips.
Okay. There's no theme though?
Temperature? Heat.
Yeah, kind of. It was really know your cooking equipment.
Oh, okay. That was my next guess.
Different burners are going to operate differently. Definitely on a grill, you're going to have a hot spot. You're going to have cold spots, flat top as well. Learn where they are, but also learn like how to use them, right? Like see your stuff on the hot part of the grill, move it to the cooler part of the grill while you sear other things potentially. Boil water on the hottest burner that you have. Calibrate your thermometer, because if it's not calibrated, you're not nailing shit for sure for temperatures.
Will you explain to our audience how to calibrate your thermometer?
I would love to. Most meat thermometers, all meat thermometers, you take like a glass full of ice water, like ice water, mostly ice, a little bit of water, and let that chill for a second. Throw your thermometer in there. It should be 0 degrees Celsius.
I was going to say
32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
And there's an adjuster on each thermometer to make sure that it's dialed the F in.
Mm-hmm.
But same with the oven. I mean, you might think that you're putting things in your oven at 350 degrees, but it might be 375 degrees when your dial says 350. So, know your shit.
Know your shit. It's a good one.
Know your shit. Yeah, thanks. Ronnie's sticking with the theme. He's thinking about it. Working that theme. Work it. Work it.
I don't got one.
And Ronnie's out of time. So he now gets idiot sandwich instead.
No, you got to believe that too.
And that brings us to the end of the episode, y'all.
Wait, I think I could probably come up with.
Wait, Ronnie has one. He's back. He's fired up. He's scrolling Instagram. He's scrolling Instagram actively.
My hands are up. I got no phone with me.
Frantically scrolling.
Oh. Okay, my tip. Set yourself up with squeeze bottles.
Ooh.
Put your oil in a nice squeeze bottle.
Yes.
Put your, keep the glass away from your countertop.
Yep.
You can keep all kinds of good things in squeeze bottles, but it makes cooking so much quicker and easier. Same with like your salt. If you're using a salt shaker for your pans,
filthy.
Get the fuck out.
You're an animal. Yeah.
You're an animal.
Yeah. We live in a society where you put salt in a 9-pan. And you don't mix pepper in there.
No pepper. No, have a little salt dish or something. It doesn't have to be a 9-pan necessarily, but you can have a nice little salt dish or a salt box, something along those lines. Crack your pepper fresh. Get yourself a pepper mill, or grind your pepper and use it that way. But that like pre-ground pepper that you get at the store that is like the consistency of cornstarch, throw that shit away. Yeah,
for sure. There's a couple ones that come from the store that are whack. The one you're talking about, which is ultra fine, it's just whack.
Ultra fine pepper, whack.
The other whack one is like, it's like big flaked pepper.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's the one that you get in when you buy bulk at the restaurant and you get the big ass thing of it. And it's ground black pepper and they're all like little squares kind of.
Yeah.
Not cubes, but squares, flakes. It's weird.
It is weird. And it's really only real good use for that is like seasoning a steak that you're grilling. It is way too aggressive for your sauces, for like delicate things. If you're putting that on eggs, like it's going to be nasty. You're not going to have a good time with that.
Yeah. Whack.
Whack. Whack. Whack. Get yourself some good peppercorn, some like, what are they, like telecherry or something like that? Peppercorns. Those are good.
The bougie people use the one with the battery, I don't hate that.
No, I don't either. I honestly, the pepper grinder that we have is the biggest piece of garbage, and we've been using it for way too long, and it probably grinds plastic into my food. But it's still better than any of the store-bought pre-ground black pepper.
Grind it.
Grind
cheap
it.
For now.
Yeah.
Pepper grinders won't be cheap forever, y'all.
Nope.
They're cheap right now.
Yeah, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any good American-made pepper grind companies. they're pretty much all foreign. So, yeah. Good luck.
Good luck. Make one. If you're into woodworking or I don't know, metalwork. Yeah, give it a shot. Crafts of the week.
Yeah, that'll be our next segment.
Mm-hmm.
This week's whipped cream salmon crafts.
Craft of the week.
For cooks that can't afford foreign goods.
And that, my sweet, sweet Ronnie-san, brings us to the end of the episode.
Sure does.
What would you like to say to the people as we send off into the night?
Stay creamy. Do your creamy bests. Yeah. Keep on creaming in the free world.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you.
We love you.
And also follow us on socials at Whipped Cream Salmon Podcast on Instagram, and send us emails at whippedcreamsalmon@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. And like our shit.
Like our shit.
Share our shit.
Yeah. Tell your friends about us.
Sending you a virtual hug right now.
Yeah. And little kisses.
Little kisses too. All right, Ronnie. That was much.
I didn't think it was enough.
Bye.
Bye.